If you ask, God will reveal the truth to you. I know his word says we walk by faith and not by sight, right? And it's not pleasing to him to not have faith, but we're human. We have our moments. And so I want you to know it is okay for him to ask him to bring clarity to you. Okay? I am going to reveal something on here that I was dealing with recently and what he did for me. Okay? So we're at this house and there is a orange fluffy cat here that looks identical almost to Garfield, except it does not have orange eyes. It has green eyes. I didn't know that. So anyways, I see this cat on our porch one day. We pull in and then it takes off into the woods. And I was like, wow, that looks like Garfield. You know, we're not too far from where he got lost. It is a possibility, if he's still alive, that he could have came here somehow, you know? That's a possibility. Anyways, and so I try to get this cat to come to me. It takes off running. It keeps running into the woods, so I can't run until I can't get up close to it. Then I go to walk our dog one morning, afternoon, whatever it was, and I see it on the other side of this fence walking. I see its legs underneath the fence, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you know? And I had felt led to go get an animal trap. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go get one. I'm going to go buy, like, I'm going to get one, right? And I had almost felt like it was too late. Anyways, so I'm praying, and I'm like, Lord, if it's not Garfield, so be it, you know. But whether it is him or not, excuse me, you know, please allow me or whatever to catch this large orange fluffy cat. At the time I thought there was two. I knew there was a baby one, but the one I had kept seeing looked bigger to me, in my opinion. So I felt like there was two, right? Like there was a baby one and then possibly Garfield. And so I'm praying, you know, whatever I'm praying. And I'm like, but please confirm to me whether this is him or not, you know, and whether it is him or not, fine, but still allow us to catch this guy. Like, I want to see for sure if it is or not, you know? And so I set this trap. First night we leave, we go somewhere, we come back, and my son's like, there's a cat in there. There's a cat. Now, out of all the stray cats that are here on this property, there's a bunch, quite a few actually. The orange fluffy cat is the one that's in the trap. And we get it in, and sure enough, it's a kitten. And now I had went to go get a bigger trap because I had a little one, so it caught the little one. And so I went and so we bring him in, and it was a very spicy little kitty and not really been held. But I'm like, okay, so we have the little one, maybe the big one's still out there, you know, type thing. And I don't remember. Oh, okay. So then we move him to a bigger kennel where he's not in the trap, right? And I see how big he is. And I'm like, man, maybe this is actually him. And then it dawns on me, like, there's not a bigger cat. Like, it's just him, you know? And no other cats get in the trap. Now, we had 4 traps here. And the only other cats that get in there is like all the other cats that are here, right? And I'm like, that's it. There's no other ones. And then so we let him go. And I'm like, I'm done. You know, that's it. I take this lady her trap back. I'm like, that's it, I'm done. And my son sets one last night. And when I come out to walk the dog this morning, I noticed there's an orange fluffy cat in the thing, in the big trap, and it's still that little baby orange fluffy cat. And I felt like that was the Lord really showing me, like, you know, that it was just him. It was just that one, right? And I'm like, you know, okay, Lord. I had already been like, okay, I had already let go. But I thought it was sweet also that he like reconfirmed it, you know? And even that first night, like I knew out of all the cats here, I've only seen that one twice. I see all these other cats, you know, there's these other little kittens that come to our porch to come eat. And out of all the ones that are here, even the ones that are kind and good or whatever, for that little orange fluffy one to be the one that was in there first, like only God, you know, only God. And so I made a video earlier, and as I made that video, I was sitting here, and I look at my window and I see it walk past me, where I can actually see it walking, like I did that day with the big one, but it was on the other side of the fence. And really get to see that it was that little kitten this whole time, you know? That it is a pretty good size once it's up and walking, and that it was just that little kitten who had gotten bigger, I guess, since we got here. I don't know. But God is sweet enough, y'all, to do that for you. He is sweet enough to confirm a situation for you. I know that it took 5 minutes to get out, y'all, but that's a sensitive subject for me. And then also, recently we were supposed to move into this house, and I felt like I shouldn't sign the contract. And I was like, Lord, don't let me sign that contract. Don't let me move into that house if it's not for us. If it's not what you want, don't let us move in, right? Don't let it go through. And different things kept happening, and even my own self delaying it and whatnot, because there was somebody that smoked a lot of weed in it before, and I felt like the smell would come out eventually, right? And man, I went yesterday morning and I took the air fresheners out, and by the time I got to get back into the house, or not get, by the time I did go back into the house that night, it smelled so bad. And it wasn't like a fresh smell. You could tell where it had just been like seeping in there, into the walls, the floors, the whatever. Somebody lived there a whole year, I guess, doing it. And I have to thank God for not allowing us to move in there again. But y'all, pray. This is just to show you. Pray. No matter how big or small, He will confirm it. He will keep you from doing something that's not meant to be. Fast, whatever, right? Fasting is so important. We go through certain things sometimes to learn some lessons, but and trust your intuition, and it sucks. Like, I'm kind of sad. But it had gotten to where, like, I hated that house. But when I went back and looked last night, it was weird. It was like God allowed me to not like that house, right? Like, He had changed my vision. Because once I smelled the weed, it was like my eyes got opened. And I got to look at the house, and I'm like, actually, this is a really beautiful home. This is a really, really beautiful home with enough space for my children and I, a nice yard, But obviously with this smell, like, I'm not moving in it. I can't move into it. And I feel like if God would have allowed me to really enjoy the home, then I would have I would have just went ahead, signed the contract, and moved in, and went by what it looks like in appearance and not what was deep inside of it, and you have to be mindful of that in relationships too, oh, Holy Spirit, you are so good. Don't just go off of the outward appearance. The inside is what's so important. It could be the most beautiful thing you have ever seen. It can be the most beautiful person you've ever seen, the most beautiful house, whatever it is. But what's inside is what matters. It's what's inside that matters the most. Y'all, I'm telling you, if I went by looks, I would have already moved in that house, signed the contract, and been stuck in a house that smelled like that. God will do things in a different way sometimes. I'm almost at 10 minutes. I did not plan on this. I love y'all. Shalom.